So I am back. I have hair again. I am not dead. I have risen from the dead. Look, I know I was gone for for 6 months, maybe 9 months, like longer to have an entire baby, and no, that is not why. That's not why I left. Honestly, I didn't leave for any particular reason, just burnout from life, my regular job, all that stuff. I just wanted to, get up, eat when I want to eat, sleep when I want to sleep. I just didn't want to spend the time, scripting and filming and stuff, and I'm really sorry, but I'm here, I'm back at it, and I really missed you guys. Honestly, when I stepped away for so long, I really expected my content to just kind of fizzle out, but it seems that people are still finding my videos and still really enjoying them. And obviously, as a creator, that makes me super, super happy to see. I love just clicking on my little app, checking on my channel, and seeing how well my videos have done. I've noticed in particular that people seem to really like my video about There Are Monsters, my found video, and my substance video. And the thing is, I'm not just coming back, but there are going to be a few little changes and tweaks, and I just wanted to be super transparent about all that before I hop back on here. One problem that I kept running into over and over and over and over again was with movie videos. Movie reviews can be actually extremely difficult to pull together. I know you've probably heard YouTubers talking about demonetization and copyright strikes and stuff, and honestly, I don't know anything about that. I'm way too small to deal with all that, and I've never had a copyright strike. But just finding usable footage, from the movie, in itself is so goddamn difficult that I kinda just wanna step away from movies for the most part. There are some exceptions, if I can find a movie that is available on YouTube, not through YouTube Movies, but just as a normal YouTube video, those are easier to work with. If there are trailers or at least enough footage for me to work with to use as B-roll, then I'm totally down with it. And I love doing movie reviews. They're really, really fun to do. But I also know a lot of you are here for books, for extreme horror books. And I know, I've been very much slacking in that regard, but that's something I really want to get back into for sure. In fact, I had a user quite a while ago, a long time ago, ask me to review Playground and the sequel to Playground. And I never got around to that, but I want to do that. That's one of my next upcoming topics that I'd like to cover. So I think that will be one of the bigger changes. Although I was never solely focused on movies. I focus on all sorts of different kinds of spooky stuff. That's the point. I'm not going to be able to talk about movies a lot, guys. There are so many times where I've wanted to, and I tried, and I just couldn't get enough footage for it to really work. So, sorry. I guess you'll just have to endure my other crap. Another thing that you might have noticed, I changed my background at one point, before I went on this hiatus, and clearly I wasn't happy with that still, because here's this is my bed. My bed's right here, so I'm just chilling on my bed. This is the most blank wall I've got to work with right now, and I know it's probably boring, but I'm hoping I can put some stuff up here and make it presentable so it's not so boring to look at. I have a full life and I have a little apartment, so I don't have a ton of places to film at, but this is a really good spot, so I think this will probably be it, but who knows, you might see the background kind of change, decorations, or I might move to another location again. I'm not entirely settled on that, so please bear with me just a little bit. I won't lie, it was so encouraging to me to see the numbers just keep climbing and climbing, even though I hadn't done anything. I was just kind of chilling, living my life, kind of thinking about going back on YouTube, but not entirely sure. And then I just see those numbers climbing, and it makes me so happy. I love to see that. I love to see the comments, all of it. I want more of that, so I'm going to put myself back out there a little. Obviously, I'd love to upload on a more consistent basis, but that is not something I don't think that I can promise for sure right now. But I am really going to try my hardest, for sure. I might dabble more into real life cases, not necessarily just regular true crime, but maybe very bizarre cases that stand out to me or whatever. The only problem with that is that they're such sensitive topics, and you have to be careful when covering those topics. And I like to crack me a joke here and there. I have some dark humor, like a dark sense of humor. So I'm going to tiptoe around the true crime idea and see how I feel about it. All I know for sure is that I'm going to be covering some extreme horror books for you guys and maybe just some regular horror books. Because I love reading. I've always loved reading. I don't love it to become too much of a chore, but you know, that's when I'll throw you some other video, you know? Another change you might see in my videos is I'm trying to rely less on scripts. Don't get me wrong, scripts are great, and sometimes you do need to jot down some specific details, but for the most part when reviewing my own videos, I've just noticed that it comes off so much more natural, and I prefer listening to myself. I prefer watching myself when I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head. It's when things get really scripted that things get kind of robotic, and like even if I try to act my way through it and act natural, I myself know that it's scripted and it makes it feel robotic, and I don't love that. I really just don't love that. It does work for some channels, but I want my channel to be a little bit more personable, so I'm going to try to do a little less scripting. I'm also going to try really hard not to repeat too many words, ramble, be incoherent. I'm going to try my damnedest, alright, to like still be coherent for you. Hopefully that'll work out. My channel is still kind of like a baby channel. Well, not kinda, it is a baby channel. And I'm taking baby steps. So I really appreciate my audience that's been here. Like I said, bear with me. I am always open to suggestions. Never be afraid to leave a suggestion in the comments, even if it's totally unrelated to whatever the hell the video is, like just something that popped in your head and you're like, hey, she should cover that. Put it in the comments, dude. Put it in my comments. I need ideas. Like, I have some ideas, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you get a really good idea and it just doesn't work out for whatever reason. I've had that happen a lot of times. And like that kind of frustration can make things hard. And that's, I guess, that also played into me taking such a long hiatus. But I'm back. I want to come back strong. So I want to come back strong. And I want to give you guys like what you want to see. That can be hard to figure out when your channel's a little bit more broad like mine. I feel like I could catch on a bit quicker if I had something more niche, but I'm just not that type of person. I like to change things up. I mean, I'm sure you've seen I like to change up my appearance. I like to change up the music I listen to. Basically everything in life. I like to experiment and dabble. And the only thing I know is I love spooky shit. Spooky shit holds a dear, dear place in my heart, and that is a niche that can cover so many topics. So let's like work together, feed me some ideas, I'll feed you some content. But I'm not trying to be like lazy, alright? I do have some ideas, I'm working on some things. I'm working on it. Even though this is just a simple update video and has like pretty much nothing to do with my general channel content, I am already so happy to be back. Oh my god. Don't let me stay away so long again. This is just fun. It's fun. I like sitting here talking to the camera, talking to you guys. I like the editing. I love all of it. It's really, really fun. And I think I get too much in my head where it starts to feel like a chore, like an obligation. And it's just not. I have to see it as a fun hobby like it is. Look, I'm gonna try my best not to like flake out on you guys again. I am determined to get things rolling. Get the ball rolling again. Like I said, look forward to that playground video because I'm rereading it right now in preparation for that. I'm also thinking of doing some content featuring Squid. He was here once. He was here one time briefly in one of my videos.
Pictures of puke and poop and stuff and toilets and yeah.
He is not very comfortable on camera yet, but I'm gonna train him. But he's expressed interest in, you know, hopping on here with me and talking about some topics, and I thought that would be cool. So that might happen, might not. I guess we'll see. I promise, it will not be too long before there's another upload on here. So just stick around, be patient like you have been, and there will be another upload in no time. Wow, it's been so long since I've done this. I'm Ghoul, and I hope you had a spooky time. Like and subscribe if you want. Ugh.